So what I like about low code is like the potential to have more people programming.
Sure.
And I think this Node-RED we just talked about is interesting as a way to get there.
Yeah.
I've done Ruby on Rails. I've been a mentor on Ruby on Rails meetups in the Netherlands for people aspiring to go programming called Rails Girls. And one time someone came by with a laptop and said, I brought the wrong laptop. I'm so sorry. This person came in with a Windows machine, and Ruby is notoriously hard to install on a Windows machine. So everyone else was using Macs, but it's like, this doesn't make sense. Like, it's this day and age, like how can it that like, you still need a certain machine? Why can't you do that in the cloud?
Yeah.
And it's been surprising to see that all the platforms that enabled that didn't really take off. So you had things like Cloud9 and Nitrous and Coding and a couple of others that all kind of gave you a VM in the cloud. And that was kind of too expensive to run. So it wasn't a great business model. It's also OpenShift online.
Yep.
That was super popular, but that also was kind of missing the business model. So there's some traction there, but you appeal to beginners. Today, I think REPL is doing a great job of doing that. But it's expensive to run all that compute, and there's not an obvious next step to monetize it. So it's something I think there's energy there, but it's still hard. Like, how will we do that? One thing that we've been looking at with GitLab is to do it browser-based, so you don't have to spin up all the computing resources. And Code Sandbox is the technology we use for that, but right now we're only enabling that on public projects. I'd love to see it enabled for private projects as well. And right now you have to send all your assets to the codesandbox.com server. That's not acceptable. And I think the GitLab installation itself could host these assets, so it would work.
Yeah.
But somehow that hasn't gotten to fruition, so I'd love to see that happening. And then it makes sense that in the future, most of the stuff runs in the cloud. Like, if you want to run your tests, why should your laptop spin up and make a whole bunch of noise and lose a whole bunch of battery? Well, we can just parallelize that in the cloud.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm really excited about these kind of developments.
Yeah, me too. And it makes me think of low code being a really, really useful tool as education, right? Especially for the youth, like you mentioned, but also just in general as we approach more and more software developers and that big picture kind of that someone like James Governor pitches. I think low code is going to be crucial there. So
every company is becoming a software company, so that means a lot of roles going to involve software development at those companies.
Right, exactly right. And as you said, there's still room for players. There's room for us. There's room for other players, and no one has figured it out exactly how to monetize it and create a business model that can be successful, right? Because you got to make money at the end of the day for your business. So
yeah, or you should do it so that you don't lose money. So there's two ways, and I think the making money is tough, and people have tried that. So I think that the name of the game is not to lose money. And I think in GitLab, we can do Web IDE is already an awesome step.
Yep.
If the Web IDE works slightly better on an iPad, that would be even better. And in a browser. And then the other thing is this Code Sandbox thing where you can actually program, but it just runs in the browser. Then it doesn't cost GitLab anything.
Right.
And I think we're close, but I think it needs a bit of a push.
Cool. And I just looked and I see we're 11:25. So I do want to be respectful with your time.
Cool, let's stop the recording.